think I told him one time, I said, bro, you could do everything I could do on the court, but you were 6'10". Literally everything. I mean, he had no weaknesses, offensively or defensively.
And yet somehow, some unfathomable way, the player Kobe was describing in that clip won nothing. Nada. Not a single playoff round in his electric prime. How the f is that possible? Tracy McGrady was drafted 9th overall by the Toronto Raptors right out of high school in 1997. He was buried as a rookie, playing just 18 minutes a night and scoring only 7 points. Year 2 saw Tracy overshadowed by his own cousin, Rookie of the Year winner and future Atlanta Hawks legend Vince Carter. Carter made All-NBA in just his 2nd season, and that same year, Tracy McGrady's 3rd pro season, he finally took a leap. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists per game, and a starting role for the Raptors come playoff time. But fun fact, Tracy McGrady almost didn't see the playoffs with Toronto in 1999 because he was nearly traded to, wait, hold on. This story could be like its own entire video. At least I could make this segment into like a YouTube short or a TikTok or something. So let's do that. Did you know Tracy McGrady and Allen Iverson nearly teamed up, but Stephen A. Smith ruined it?
What? And by the way,
me? Yup. True story. Stephen A. reported at the time that Toronto was dangling T-Mac in trade offers as he was set to become a free agent at season's end. One deal would have seen the future scoring champ and a first-round pick dealt to Philly for Larry Hughes. Then Sixers GM Billy King has since confirmed those rumors and even went as far to say Toronto got cold feet after the report from Stephen A. was made public. In reality, Philly got a bit overzealous in also asking for a first-round pick with McGrady, but by all accounts, that deal was close. Iverson and T-Mac in their prime. I mean, we almost had it all. The young Raps weren't quite ready for prime time in the offs, as they'd get swept in 3 games by the eventual East champion Knicks. McGrady became a free agent in the summer of 2000, and due to turmoil within the Raps organization and a desire to escape the shadow cast by Vince, he'd sign a massive deal with his hometown Orlando Magic. And that was so close to being a genius play by Tracy McGrady. After clearing oodles of cap space, the Magic wanted to go big in free agency with hopes to sign, in addition to Tracy McGrady, All-Star Grant Hill and future MVP Tim Duncan. There's been plenty of tales told regarding the Duncan Orlando situation. Then coach Doc Rivers cites Tim's loyalty to Greg Popovich as the main reason a deal fell through. In any event, the Magic still landed both McGrady and Grant Hill. I mean, it still sounds amazing. Grant was a perennial All-Star. Nothing could go wrong, right guys? Although Grant Hill was still in his prime at age 28, had made 5 straight All-NBA teams, and was seemingly the perfect complement for McGrady, Hill would play just 47 games total during Tracy's tenure in Orlando. 47. T-Mac would average 27 a game in 2001, winning Most Improved Player, but his Magic would lose in round 1 to a deeper Bucks team led by Ray Allen. Tracy had a spectacular 42, 8, and 10 outing in Game 3, but basically had 0 help. In T-Mac's 2nd season in Orlando, he'd average 26 a game, making first team All-NBA, but his Magic would fall to Baron Davis and the Charlotte Hornets in round 1. The Hornets were okay, and Orlando didn't have Grant Hill, but still, they led game 1 of that series by 11 points entering the 4th and coughed it up. Tracy was just 2 of 6 with 2 turnovers down the stretch in that game, but he did keep getting better. Year 3 with Orlando, 32 points a game to win a scoring title, 4th in MVP voting, his Magic out in round 1. This time to a very good Pistons team, but it also featured a blown 3-1 series lead. T-Mac was outplayed in games 6 and 7 by Chauncey Billups, and if I may toss some salt into the wound, 2 decades later, Ben Wallace averaged 18 rebounds and 3 blocks per game in that series. Ben Wallace was acquired by the Pistons from Orlando as compensation in the Grant Hill sign and trade. And Grant Hill, by the way, played 0 games in that series. T-Mac's 4th and final season in Orlando saw him win another scoring title, averaging 28 a game, but his Magic missed the playoffs entirely. In fact, they went 21 and 61. Sheesh. In the summer of 2004, a discontent McGrady was traded to Houston in a blockbuster deal. Now, don't be too shocked when I tell you this, but Tracy McGrady was just 25 years old when he was traded to Houston. I'll be honest, I was like wildly shocked. I had no idea. McGrady almost instantly clicked with established All-Star center Yao Ming. Both played at an elite level in their first season together, including Tracy making 3rd team All-NBA, but his Rockets lost in round 1 in 7 games to the Dallas Mavericks. And let me stop us right here. In a bit of cruel deja vu, what seemed like a perfect fit on paper for Tracy McGrady Well, it was derailed by injury. While not quite to the extent of Grant Hill in Orlando, McGrady's new running mate Yao Ming would miss at least 25 games in each of the next 3 seasons. T-Mac himself would miss big chunks of the 06 and 08 seasons before his play severely declined in 2009. He was an erratic All-NBA talent for 4 seasons in Houston, but the Rockets were first rounded in 3 of those seasons and missed the playoffs in the other. Now, to be fair, the West was an absolute bloodbath during this era, but McGrady and the Rockets never ran into the Kobe Lakers or Duncan Spurs or Nash Suns. They'd lose in back-to-back playoffs to the Utah Jazz, who, yes, made the West Finals in 2007 and were pretty deep, but man, it's not like Tracy didn't have his chances to get out of the first round. And just to show how unfair life can be, after T-Mac's 08-09 season was ended due to injury, the Rockets would go on to make the playoffs and push the eventual champion Lakers to 7 games in the second round. For over a decade, Tracy McGrady tried and failed to win just a single playoff series. He gets hurt, and yeah, his team instantly does it without him.
That's what you call ironic.